Hello, hello, bringing you more non-binary love on the channel. Yes, we love to see that. Love the love, yay. Don't know where I'm going with that. I'm just gonna stop now. Hey Spuds, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. It's Jamie. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, whether it's your first video or not your first video and you're a frequent viewer. I'm really glad to have you here. Thank you so much. Today we're chatting about something that happened last week. For when you're watching this, I'm filming it 2 days after it happened. But many of you have probably seen the news, the tweets, the everything on the internet and beyond that Demi Lovato has come out as non-binary and let everybody know that their pronouns are they, them. They came out through a Twitter announcement, a tweet would have been a more concise way to say that, and followed it up with a message of love and support for others out there. Today is a day I'm so happy to share more of my life with you all. I'm proud to let you know that I identify as non-binary and will officially be changing my pronouns to they, them moving forward. I'm doing this for those out there that haven't been able to share who they truly are with their loved ones. Please keep living in your truths and know I'm sending so much love your way. I thought it was really sweetly done, very concise, very adorable, and I always love to see people coming out and living their truths and feeling able to tell others about that. And also showing love for others out there whilst doing something really scary themselves. I also think this is another huge step in non-binary representation, especially within the music industry, with a couple of years ago Sam Smith coming out as non-binary and now Demi Lovato. Demi also released a short video after they came out on Twitter, and I wanted to play a little bit of it for you now.
Living in the fourth dimension means existing consciously in both time and space, but for me, it means having conversations that transcend the typical discourse. I want to take this moment to share something very personal with you. Over the past year and a half, I've been doing some healing and self-reflective work, and through this work, I've had the revelation that I identify as non-binary. With that said, I'll officially be changing my pronouns to they, them. I feel that this best represents the fluidity I feel in my gender expression and allows me to feel most authentic and true to the person I both know I am and still am discovering. In this first episode, I'm excited to share with you what this means to me and what it may look like for other people. I want to make it clear that I'm still learning and coming into myself, and I don't claim to be an expert or a spokesperson. I know this might be a new conversation for many, so I'm inviting my friend Alok, someone I trust, to spend time on this platform. Alok is an author, performer, and an important voice within the non-binary community and beyond. Their work to create visibility, equality, and understanding has inspired me on my healing journey. We'll discuss identity at large, but also take the time to personally reflect on how I came into my truth so that we, like many others, are able to live our lives authentically. In just a minute, I'm going to share space with Alok and dive deeper into this conversation.
I love that. Coming out, speaking your truth, talking about how you came to that truth about yourself, being so open and honest about it, and also providing a platform for other non-binary voices. I think that's great. And you know what? Go Demi. I love seeing people being able to live as themselves at whatever age they discover that, in whatever way they discover that, and especially if they are celebrities with a platform who are then going to use that platform to spread even more awareness. Now is the time for the not so positive bit, right? Whilst I love seeing people living their authentic selves, and especially people with big platforms coming out, speaking their truth, sharing it with the world, and just raising awareness and representation, it inevitably highlights the progress that we still have to make. Demi has clearly received so much love and support, as they should, since coming out. And I hope that these positive comments are the ones that they and other non-binary people looking are able to focus on, because there are also some not so nice comments. Quick digression to shout out whoever changes pronouns, or the probable many people who change pronouns on Wikipedia. They are fast and we love to see it. Already on Demi's wiki page, like as I said, I'm filming this a couple days after this happened, but it was almost instantaneous. The pronouns are now they, them. Going back to the mean comments, I'm sure we don't want to go back to the mean comments, but I feel like there's a few things that are important to talk about. It's so important to acknowledge, recognize, and show support for people like Demi when they come out, but I think it's also important to discuss what becomes highlighted when people with such a high profile come out. I'm not going to talk about specific mean comments because honestly they don't deserve the attention, but just general themes I've noticed is like this massive one of just calling Demi an attention seeker. People deliberately going out of their way to misgender them and making up strange reasons as to why they could possibly be coming out as non-binary, such as like publicity stunts and the like. Basically people saying that Demi is lying for a multitude of reasons that they've made up, and then just fully disrespecting them in terms of pronouns and everything like that. But out of all this, the number one theme that I've noticed when celebrities come out as non-binary is being called an attention seeker. And I think this is something that anybody coming out as any LGBTQ plus identity has been called, but it seems particularly prevalent with certain identities, and in particular non-binary. We saw it happen when Sam Smith came out as non-binary. They were called an attention seeker, and we've seen it now with Demi coming out as non-binary. They have also been called an attention seeker. And this doesn't just happen on a celebrity level. I've heard of a lot of people being called attention seekers by their friends and family when coming out as non-binary. Again, this isn't the only LGBT plus identity that it happens with, but it definitely seems to be more common. I don't want this video to focus on the negative. I want the main takeaway of this video to be look at somebody living their truth and their authentic self and discovering that and sharing their journey, and just I think that's wonderful to see. The increase in representation it will bring and the positivity it will bring is fantastic. But I also want to use this yay go Demi as a reminder to people that someone else's identity and respecting someone else's identity does not impact your life at all. You don't even need to accept or understand how someone identifies or what they're going through to be respectful of them. It's just super shitty basically when people go out of their way to misgender someone or deliberately undermine a huge moment in their life for no reason. I don't really understand why people do it. Someone else's identity does not impact your life, and also someone else's identity is not something that anybody else has a right to comment on. It's their identity. They realize it in their own time, in their own way. They come out in their own time, in their own way, and that is their journey. Coming out is a hugely scary thing to do. Whether you're coming out to one person or 1 million people, it's intimidating. It's scary about how people are going to react, and nobody deserves their coming out to be met with being told that they're an attention seeker or being deliberately misgendered or just having their whole identity completely disregarded and disrespected. Good on Demi for coming out and living their life authentically and for them, and also well done on them for sharing so publicly and undoubtedly making a lot of non-binary people feel less alone and realize that there are people out there. They are represented in media and more mainstream industries now, and I think that's a fantastic thing to see. I hope they get all the support that they deserve, and people realize that it really costs nothing to be kind, and you don't know what other people are going through. You don't know other people's identities, and we should just be trusting what people are saying. So yeah, that's my little brain fart of a video, I guess, on Demi Lovato coming out as non-binary. I think it shows a lot of progress that there are people who are coming out on such large platforms, and there really has been an overwhelming amount of positive love on that, and the mainstream media coverage has been mostly positive and done in the right way, and it highlights areas of progress to be made, and I think by those areas being highlighted, I think it helps push forward and kind of bridge the gap in terms of where we are and where we need to be, if that makes sense. I hope you liked this video. Think about giving it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribing, but no pressure. If you don't want to do either, that's totally fine. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Much love. Bye.